Hi, this is Dr. Eric Snow with Snow Holistic Health, and this month we are digging into thyroid health. There's many different things we have to consider just besides thyroid hormone replacement if your gland has gotten very fatigued. It is definitely a holistic approach to optimizing your thyroid function. All your endocrine glands, they're not necessarily separated from each other. They work off of each other with function and hormone signaling and feedback loops. And there's a very strong connection to gut health, upper digestion, breaking foods down properly, and then lower gut health as well, as far as gut ecology and inflammation of the gut lining are very important to optimal thyroid health. And one of the things I want to talk about today that we've seen with thyroid health is how important it can be to rule out food sensitivities and food allergies. This is a newsletter we have on poisons in our food. It talks about food allergies and food sensitivities and how they can be destroying your health and vitality. Definitely be an underlying root cause and player into thyroid function. And the basics is there are foods that we can eat, and these different foods, because of just imbalances in our digestive system, poor digestion, the immune system can actually create an antibody response to that food. And so now every time you eat that food, you have an immune response to that protein, and it can create gut dysbiosis, can cause flora imbalance, and it creates lots of inflammation in the body. And what we see is inflammation in general can be the root cause of most all health problems. And when you stay inflamed, it causes your glands to wear out because they have to work overtime. And then it can create a competition for key minerals and vitamins that you need to make, for example, thyroid hormone. You just won't have those ready to make the thyroid hormone because you're not absorbing them or they're getting depleted. And one of the biggest foods that we have seen as a player in thyroid health, whether we're talking about hypothyroid, hyperthyroid, or any of the different autoimmune conditions, is going to be gluten. And so gluten comes from things that are made from wheat, the processed flour. And so we're talking about bread, cereal, pastas, and anything with flour in them. And so if you're listening to this live today, that could be a really good start. If you've never done a lifestyle change, you've never done anything holistic to help your thyroid regain its health, you can consider a 2 to 4 week food elimination diet of gluten. And if you notice that you start to feel better, your energy's better, you have better temperature, any of the different symptoms that you're suffering with your thyroid condition, then more than likely you do have a gluten sensitivity. And how a food allergy diet works is you eliminate the particular food or multiple foods, but let's just say we're going to do a gluten allergy elimination diet. You pull it all out of the diet for about 2 weeks. 4 weeks is better. And then if you notice, hey, I'm starting to feel better, you add that food back after the 2 to 4 week time. And if you notice any symptoms come back within the first 3 days, and so fatigue, anxiety, energy problems, coldness in your extremities, then that's a pretty strong guarantee that you do have a food allergy. And you can get more clinical with it. We can test this through genetic testing to rule out maybe celiac disease, which can be a big player. A lot of people don't get diagnosed in America with celiac disease until much later in life, or it could just be more of a food sensitivity, which can be just as severe, but we can have your blood tested as well. So we can make sure and see if there's other food sensitivities as well. And I always want to talk about just some other concepts with some key supplements that we have a real high success rate in helping to get that thyroid metabolism improved and help the body work better. One of those is a very unique product. It's called Neuroplex. The reason why Neuroplex works so well is Neuroplex has very specific nutrition to basically take inflammation off of the brain. And then it's very unique in that it supports the entire HPA axis, which is your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your adrenals, and you could say HPAT, which would be your thyroid as well. And we said that earlier in the video, all these work together in a rhythm so that you can have proper hormone function and balance. So Neuroplex will support the hypothalamus gland, will support the pituitary and help get that balance back. And what we see a lot of times in hormone problems with these glandular problems is we tend to over focus on the one gland, and we forget this is a set of glands that work as a team. And the tinier glands that are what I would call on the top side of the totem pole as far as function, like your hypothalamus, like your pituitary, which basically control the whole system, they get fatigued and worn out too. They get into hypofunction as well. And those never get treated because there's not hormone replacement for those. But there is nutritional support to nourish those glands, turn them back on, and get that rhythm back. And that is what Neuroplex does. And it's a very safe product to take. There's not hormones in there, but it has nutrition to support those glands. And then another product that we have really good success with is a product called Thyroid PMG. This is not a desiccated thyroid product, but it's a unique product, which is a protomorphogen extract. It has microRNA in it, different enzymes. But basically what it does, it actually helps that thyroid gland, the actual cell, function better, restore better, and it can help take inflammation off of the thyroid gland and even give you some protection if you have an autoimmune attack towards your thyroid gland. And so this is a really good product called Thyroid PMG. And then we have an herbal product from a company out of Australia called MediHerb. Make, in my opinion, the best herbs on the market. They have great testing. You get the right plant part. Just some really smart people that run this company. But it's a product called Thyroid Complex. And so it has some herbs that give you some really small doses of iodine, which you need to make thyroid hormone. It has another herb in it that basically helps your thyroid metabolism work better. And then it has some ashwagandha in it, which helps to reduce that cortisol stimulation, gives you a better resistance and pushback to stress, which you need so that you don't wear those glands out through staying in fight and flight, that type of programming all the time. And so those are some really key things to consider. Let's rule out food allergies and let's get on the right nutritional support. Hey, if you're listening today, we also have a really cool giveaway. We are giving away a bottle of Neuroplex today. All you have to do is like and subscribe and then make a comment, and you'll be eligible for a bottle of Neuroplex. And stay tuned. We got one more Facebook Live this month where we are going to go ahead and wrap up our thoughts on thyroid holistically. And if you're looking to get to root causes to your health problems, that's what we do. You can give our office a call at 337-478-1313. I'm Dr. Eric Snow, helping you transform your health naturally.